You are listening to WXRWLP Milwaukee on 104.1 FM and on RiverWestRadio.com everywhere. You now can listen by telling your smart speaker to play River West Radio.
Here for you, because you.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I said, "Show you're right."
But when you live through the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual nature.
That's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform You Live Show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit TransformUBroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Visit RealMarcusHart.com for the host information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
You are now listening to WXRWLP 104.1 FM Milwaukee. This is the Transform You Live Show. For more information, visit www.transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com. For host information, visit realmarcushart.com. That's real Marcus Hart without the E.com. Hello, my people. We are back again for another exclusive show on the Transform You Live Show with with your host, the real Marcus Hart, or Dr. Marcus Hart, if you want to be formal and structured. And who do I have for co-hosts?
Yeah, the one and only Player Pre.
Player Pre.
On the ones and twos, live and direct.
Hey, Pre, you know what really makes me feel good?
Last week you was mad, so what's making you feel good this week?
Oh, man, when people are on their purpose, man.
Hey, yeah.
When people are doing the right thing and really just going forward in life and making the real necessary transformation in their lives. Yeah. Hey, that's what this show is all about, right?
Yes, life has a purpose behind it. So it's always good to know that it's important to fulfill your purpose in life.
Hey, but what's bigger is that, we all have our own unique purposes and gifts and talents that, the divine has given us, man. And, the crazy thing about this, you don't have to do this with no religion. You got to be religious. You don't have to be, Buddha. You don't have to be Hindu to know that, the universe is calling you to do something bigger. So.
You preaching to the choir right now, Reverend. Amen. Wow.
So we got some special guests in the building today. I'm talking about some good people
in the building,
some very good people, and man, I'm excited about these guests. So we're gonna go right into the show. Today's topic is bigger purpose, and as I was telling you that that everybody has a purpose, everybody has unique gifts, but none so special as just when you discover what those gifts is. So this first guest that we got up, we go way back.
Yeah, man, we do.
Bring the mic up to you. Yeah, there you go. We got to make sure we hear you,
All right, for sure.
So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to some and hopefully, many more out there in the radio world and out there in the universe, JTerror. JTerror, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? It's been a while.
Oh, yeah.
Since I talked to you last. It's been a month? A month is a while for us because we go back, bro.
I know, man.
We really do go back. That's one thing that's crazy about it. We go real back.
Hey, Caprice, you know him too.
Yeah, man. He a real cool guy right here, man. He can spit some bars too. For real.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
You know what? Tell us a little bit about yourself. We know you, but tell the radio world out there about yourself.
Well, a little bit about me. I'm a hip-hop artist. I've been doing music for about 12 or 14 years. I write music. I write for all different genres. Hip-hop, a little jazz. I've been doing a lot of rock and roll lately, though.
Really?
Rock and roll? Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I do. I really love all type of music, like Johnny Walker. I can throw names out all day. But a little bit about me, that I love doing music. I've been doing music for a long time. My purpose in life is to let people know that ain't no wrong or right way to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Man, absolutely. You know, I dig
Word
that,
up.
man. So like, out of all those genres you just named, so you said rock and roll is your favorite?
Well, I'll say alternate is my favorite genre.
Okay.
I do love hip hop. I do a lot of hip hop. My style came from hip hop, but coming into music, I came into listening to like old school music, you know, Aretha Franklin, Johnny Walker, B.B. King.
Man,
you know,
great.
things
All
like
the
that.
legends,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
That's that music when we used to be in the living room and we had no business being in the living room
At all. Grandma tell you to get out of there. But I was that kid that stayed and started singing and they be like, oh, okay, you know a little bit something about that. Like, yeah, I've been listening, Grandma, you know, things of that nature, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So when did you discover, you know, that like your gift or talent was just in music?
I'll say it was around the 9th grade is when I wanted to do music, you know,
Right.
because I always like listen to other people's music or mimic other rappers or songwriters, R&B, you know, rock and roll, whatever, bro. Like if it got a good, like what I like about music is messages. Like if you got a good message in there,
Right.
the beat might not be good, but what you saying really means something to me, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Content.
So yeah, so when I got into like 9th grade, I was like, I can do this, you know what I'm saying? I think I can do this. But when I first started, man, I'll tell you, it wasn't a good journey. You was around for some of them journeys,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it was,
saying? Laughed at a couple of bars and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But what it did make me stronger, you know.
Yeah, growth.
Right.
Yep, no, I did appreciate every criticism, all that.
Yeah.
So, like, you got a favorite song you like out right now?
Man,
Like right now? Like,
what is it? Certain genres or
It don't matter.
Give me
just,
a genre. And I'll
Just
probably
any
give you
song.
something.
Just any song in hip hop. Hip hop.
Hip hop,
What's the hottest song to you right now?
hottest song to me right now.
It don't matter who it is, whether they it don't matter, because music is music. I don't like to separate local artists from mainstream artists or anything like that, because music is music. You know
Well,
what
like
I mean?
lately, I've been listening to a lot of Milwaukee rappers. Like it's
okay.
a lot of talent
Right.
in our city. Like
Yeah,
Ijdar, Reggie Bonds, Main Music. Well, I can't even say his name because he's probably going through a little name change right now.
Yeah.
But
And you know what? I was gonna ask you about that too, because I seen somewhere. I think I seen Lil Boosie. He was playing like some of his music on his IG. He was posting a video live, and he was like and it was Main Music, and I was like, man, that's crazy, because I'm like I heard some of his music and I heard it through you. You know what I mean? Because I seen on your Twitter one day you had shared the link, and I actually did a review on him too on my
But what's crazy, what I just found out, is more than one Main Music.
Yeah.
That's why he kind of going through, like,
Right,
he want to
right.
kind of change his name, because I just found out that it's 2 other Main Music that I know of besides him.
Yeah.
And like one of them signed with Master P.
Okay.
You know, and the other guy, I don't know who the other guy signed with, but it's like, it's, you know, with this thing, it's like that creativity.
Right.
You would say something, and this person that said it too, you be like, man, he stole that from me, but it might not be like, you know.
Right. Yeah, but I seen that too, because I'm like, I seen like 3 other people with that same name, and I'm sitting there here like, hold on, which one is which? Because I know it's a guy from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I don't know if this the guy Boosie was bumping, but it did sound like him, but they kind of similar. They
They kind of different, kind of similar styles. I'm not sure. I have to look into that.
Yeah.
After the podcast, you have to definitely let me hear that so I can let you know.
And then I got another question for you. So, what do you think about blending genres? Like, what is your 2 favorite genres if you like to blend together?
I mean,
Because I've been learning this a lot about blending genres.
I blend a lot though. Like what
Yeah.
people don't understand is like you would hear a song, I'm like, oh yeah, man, that's a good hip hop. Like, no, I got this song from this rock song or from this old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's so crazy. But that's why I say I love music, because so like you would hear something in the beat that I didn't hear, or I hear something that you didn't hear. You'd be like, well, where you get that from? Like, yeah, dog, I got that from Aretha.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or
right.
The style of this song came from this artist. Like, not really from them. Like, not that I'm taking from them, but something that I heard that they said was like, it clicked in my head to make me be like, oh, okay.
So, you know, being that this show is all about transformation, man, you know, and what I notice a lot about your posting, man, you do post a lot of positive stuff.
Yes,
like
man.
First thing in the morning,
Yes, man.
you
Gotta be,
you
man.
got something inspirational. And And I want to know where do you draw your inspiration from, man? You know, rather that be just like day-to-day grind or just putting it into your music. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
It's from everything, man. It's like everyday life. Like I struggled, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people struggle, people seen me struggle. Like it's like I connect to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's so much negativity in the world. Why should I post something negative? I want to always give something positive to you. I want you to see the good that's in this bad. It's always going to be bad.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be good. You know what I mean? So I want you to see if they showing you the bad, let me show you this good real quick.
Exactly.
I want to keep you going striving, because we all had those days where we feel like, sometimes like, we feel on the top of the world. Sometimes we feel like, man, I don't know if I can do this. But I might put that post that one day like, you got this, bro. You got it.
Man, that's deep for real. You know, and many people don't think that, like, you know, it's necessary to draw any inspiration and let alone, you know, infuse, you know, spirituality into, like, you know, advancing in their life. So what can you tell people who like may disagree with that, or may say, well, you know, like I ain't really into, like, you know, just connecting with, like, you know, with this world and with other people, and, you know, but like but yet and still they still, you know, like they finding themselves like going backwards rather than forward, or just standing still.
I would tell people like this, like, it's so many different people in the world. It's like, it's a rich guy. It's a guy that got rich because his family was rich. It's a guy that got rich because he worked hard. It's a guy that got rich because his family was broke and he was like, I would never go there.
Right.
All three of them people can teach you something different.
Right.
You might not see it that way. You might be like, oh, well, this guy, the rich guy, he's born rich. He don't want to help me because of what he had, and people helped him out. But this other guy, he don't want to help me. All three of them might not want to help you.
Right.
All three of them might want to help you. It's all about the way you see that situation.
Absolutely.
So what would you tell it's an artist or anybody, music professional in general, a person that's just on that grind, who get those first laughs at when they hear somebody, when they play somebody they lyrics back and they like, laughing at them.
Yeah, keep it going, man. Because I didn't had it all, man. I was at class, like, I'm writing my raps. My guy like, what's that? I'm like, oh, nothing. You see JTerror raps on the top. They took my notebook, bro, like ran with it, and got to rapping my lyrics, read me the whole, like, for like 3 weeks. They just talked about me. But all that did was inspire me to be better. The next summer, it was unstoppable. Everybody was coming to class to hear me rap. Like, that felt so good to me. It was like, last year y'all laughed, but this year y'all are coming to my class.
That's that
like,
progress, right there.
I heard that you rap. Like, I rapped last year. I was like, no, we heard something different this year. Like, oh, okay.
So JTerror, we only got a few minutes with
problem.
you, my brother, and I just want to firstly just ask you, like, do you got anything upcoming, that you might want to just share with people, something,
Man, I actually got a lot of music coming up, but I'm trying to go about it the right way. I'm trying to license this the right way. You know what I'm saying? I really want to stay independent, because I tell people all the time, if a company wants you, that's because you're bringing something that they already see you bringing. Exactly. So why give them that money? So a lot of things that I'm working on, it's in the works. Okay. But a lot of work I got, it's on my page. It's like my Reverb, Reverb.net page.
And for more information, what is that Reverb page or that website?
It'd be reverb.com/JTerror2.
Okay. Can you just spell that out for us?
Reverb, REVERBNATION.com/JTERROR2.
Awesome, man. Definitely, that is where you can find more information about him. Is there any words you want to part us with before you take off?
Man, I just want to say I really appreciate you taking the time, man, and letting me come up here and speak, ask me a few questions, you know what I mean? It was good to catch up with you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we're going to stay connected, man.
Oh, that's what we do. It's been a while. I'm kind of mad that month, because you had a popping last month. Last month was great for you. I wish I would have been a part of that.
Yeah.
I was a part of it behind the scenes, but I wish I was there with you, holding the camera for you, so you ain't got to get your arm tired,
I got to do that for you.
Well, man, hey, we got to get it cracking, man. We can do it for each other.
Get these shows going, we got to get some shows going, man.
Yeah, I got a couple things coming up in Madison, but ain't nothing. Every fingers still crossed. So you know what I'm saying. I don't want to let nothing out the bag yet. So
okay. Well, we gonna bring you back. If you be looking forward to come back and just chop it up with us, man. That'd be awesome, man. Definitely when you got something coming.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man.
No problem at all.
Good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing y'all too.
All right now.
Yeah. Thanks.
You are now listening to WXRWLP 104.1 FM Milwaukee. This is the Transform You live show. For more information, visit www.transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com. For host information, visit realmarcushart.com. That's real Marcus Hart without the E.com.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I say, show you right.
But when you live through the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual nature.
It's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform You Live Show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Visit realmarcushart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Okay, people, we back from a short little break, and we getting ready for our next fabulous guest. I'm talking about boy. And what can I say about her? She's definitely, some person you want to check out. She has a fabulous show. The show is the Stroke Diva Fabulous Radio Show. She's born in Washington, D.C. She graduated from the University of Maryland, College Park. Degree in radio, television, and film. Minor in African American Studies. She had a stroke in 2004 at the age of 37. She had to learn to do so many things all over again. A lot of therapy, and thank my God for good healthcare. 2011, the radio show, the Stroke Diva Fabulous Radio Show. The show allows her to connect with other people that she would not be able to connect with otherwise had it not been for social media, which provide an excellent platform for entrepreneurs. So she's going to talk to us a little bit about health, wellness, finance, and much more. She talks about that on her show, but we're going to touch on a few things, with Ms. Richmond. So are you there with us, Kamaria?
I am, Reverend Hart. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a pleasure, and we're truly blessed to have you, on the show as well. So with that being said, I have said so many things about you, with the script provided to me, but in your own words, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Do you want me to start with the stroke?
Hey, whatever you feel the divine is telling you to do.
Okay, well, I'll start there. As you mentioned, in 2004, I had a stroke, and it was 37, and it was really there was nothing that said, okay, this is what's going to happen to you at the age of 37. Although that year I did have some health challenges, but once I graduated, I went on to do different things, everything except radio, television, and film, mind you. And once I had the stroke, a very dear friend of mine said to me, Kamaria, there's still something that you can do. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, I'm going to start up a radio show for you, and it's on Talk Shoe Live. And you'll be able to connect with people. And so, you know what? That sounds great. I'll finally get back to my roots.
Yeah, fantastic. Definitely. Wow, that is just definitely a very inspirational story you have there. And I got a chance to be a guest on your show, and it is wellly organized, really formatted, and I'm just impressed on that somebody who suffered from your condition was able to bounce back. What do you attribute your motivation to?
Actually, it was just what's next. So yes, I've had this, and I still do a lot of therapy. And well, what's next? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? And because I still have so many different so many different challenges. And so I can only say that my mother is my patient advocate. The only I can say is, my mom, my dad, my aunts and uncles and cousins, all of my friends really have kept me uplifted.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like the power of prayer. There's so many people
Tell me about it.
that I know and that I don't know that prayed for me. And so having prayer and a willingness to say, God, it's in your hands.
Right.
I'm turning it over to you. The prayer is just blessed me. I've always been blessed with good people in my life, and that's what kept me there.
That's huge. I think,
about me.
Yeah, I think Player Pre wants to ask you a question.
Hi, how you doing, this Player Pre?
Hey, Player Pre, I'm fine. How are you?
You could just call me Player or Pre for short. Don't really matter.
Okay.
You don't have to say the whole name. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I think what you're doing is a great thing, especially as Marcus was mentioning, like your the things you have, your accomplishments and achievements, that had kind of really started me over here. And I just wanted to say, have you ever interviewed? Well, ask you, have you ever interviewed any other people who's been in a situation, who experienced that situation, like you did back in 2004? Were you able to reach out to other people and kind of share your story with them on your show?
Yes, actually, I have had folks on my show to talk about stroke and to talk about sarcoidosis, which is also another ailment that I have, to talk about health care, just having people on, because you get to learn from different people. And so people have been a resource to me. I've been a resource for them. And that's just through the power of social media. As Reverend Hart mentioned, I'm not out and about all day. So connecting with people on social media, that's what keeps me going and grounded, meeting different people. And so whether it's Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, I'm able to connect with folks and have them on my show, like Reverend Hart. It was a great show.
Awesome, definitely. And I just want to ask you this, looking back on 2004 and, going into, right now, present day, certainly that was a big transformation and a big transition you had to face in your life. But have you, been able to, do you feel like you have transformed multiple times within this period, where you have advanced, rather just in your professional career or just as a person? And if so, can you name one example?
I think I have. Life before the stroke, I was working a lot. I was out with my family. I was out with my friends. I was busy all the time, and but enjoying life. And so when this happened, it felt like a setback, because when you're learning, reading and writing and walking and talking, and when you're learning to have to do everything all over again, wow, it's challenging, because it's like I was saying before, okay, so what do I do? What do I do now? But I've just tried to stay positive and just, to keep it moving and keep it forward.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely been challenging. As far as transforming, I like to think that I've grown a lot as a person through this experience.
Wow.
And another question is me again, Player. What general topics do you like to really talk about on your show? Is it more like current events, or is your show kind of based upon that, or do you like really just come up with like have an outline of things that you like to talk about, or is it kind of just like, you know, basically free talk or kind of like a free talk radio show or something?
Yeah, my show is really casual, and the way I connect with people, like if I see someone doing something on social media that I think is really cool, then I invite them to be a guest on the show. People who find me doing something pretty cool, they invite me to be on their show. But I do a lot of talking to entrepreneurs and folks in social media. And it's free-flowing in that way. I don't just focus on one topic. It's just if I meet someone that talks about meditation, I want to talk about meditation. I have one of my dear friends I was talking about. She was talking about mindfulness, so I had that on the show a couple weeks ago. And I do a lot of authors and social activists. So it's just whatever I'm interested in. That's the show for that week.
Definitely. Wow, that's it's a fantastic show. I really love the show. Just a little bit of information about the show. So, like, how often does it occur, and at what times? So days and times.
Okay, I'm pretty much every Monday at 7:00 p.m. Which is I'm on the East Coast, so EST time, and the show is about 30 minutes. But sometimes if it's just one guest, we may go for 45 to an hour. Typically, I do 7:00 and 7:30. And as you know, it's very casual, and I like for my guests to talk about everything that they're doing, so that I always want to promote other people. But the website is talkshoe.com, so it's www.talkshoe.com/TC/115759. And if you go on TalkShoe and you just type in 115759, the Stroke Diva Fabulous Radio Show will just pop up. And I've been doing the show for a while, so I have a lot of shows with a lot of great people.
Awesome. Yeah. Looks like we're running short on time, but is there any words of wisdom you want to leave us with, especially for those who really are going through what you're doing, going through, or they may be in the process of just trying to start up their own podcast show or something similar.
Right. I think if there's someone that and you know that they are, something has happened to them, whether it's been an illness or job loss or something, I would ask people to reach out to someone that that may be going through some kind of transition and help. But let me back up a little bit. Because I had great health care, which is a story all by itself, I've been able to get a lot of the therapy that I needed. I had great doctors before, but I also had, my mom didn't know anything about the healthcare industry. Really took the time to become my patient advocate. So if I was in therapy and someone heard us talking or heard me tell my story, then they would, okay, try this program. Okay, try, this,
right.
Try this doctor, try this specialist. So just, I guess when you're out with people, if you pay attention to people, if you're mindful and present, you never know how you're going to help someone.
Exactly.
So all those folks that just heard my story just reached out to me, and I'm thankful and grateful for that.
Yeah. So if people wanted to get connected with you directly or want more information, is there a website or phone number they can reach out to and find?
Right. I'm on social media and Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, WordPress. If you pop up, I'll pop up. But just send me an email at Kamaria Richmond at yahoo.com, and that's KAMARIA RICHMOND at yahoo.com. And so I'm always thankful and grateful to talk to people, to share my story, to hear their story, and of course, have them on my show.
yeah. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure, having you, Kamaria, and we definitely love to have you again. You definitely been a blessing to us. It's definitely been a pleasure to have you. So and it seems like the audience seems satisfied too. So
great. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll be in touch, Kamaria, and stay connected.
Okay, you and your co-host, am I saying free or flyer? I'm not sure.
You can. Pre is fine. What? Yeah, usually people call me that.
Okay.
Marcus actually gave me that nickname years ago. So.
All right. Well, you stay in touch.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kamaria.
I will. Yeah, rest of the show. Good show.
Right now.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
You are now listening to WXRW LP 104.1 FM Milwaukee. This is the Transform U live show. For more information, visit www.transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com. For host information, visit realmarcushart.com. That's real Marcus Hart without the E.com.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I said, no, you're right.
But when you live through the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both the physical and spiritual nature.
It's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform Live Show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Visit realmarcushart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Well, we're back. We're back once again. Oh yeah, keep the applause going. Keep the applause going. Yeah, you gotta love it, right? Yeah, we're having a real good, awesome time up here at River Res Radio. So if you want more information about River Res Radio and how to stay connected, just visit riverresradio.com or visit transformtheletterubroadcast.com. That's transformtheletterubroadcast.com for more exclusive information about the show, our guests. We are in the process of just building profiles for all our past guests. And come on down. We on East Center here, 824 East Center. Come down and get one of those T-shirts. They got one of those great
T-shirts. And bring
T-shirts.
some donuts and coffee with you.
Yeah, please bring the donuts and coffee. We need the donuts and coffee. Gotta have that.
Some tacos would be fine too.
Yeah. So we're gonna get moving. Looks like school's back in section, and we got our next guest who's off hold here. So, are you there with us, Tez?
Yes, I am. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. So I didn't get a chance to formally introduce yourself, but this is definitely your opportunity to do that. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, name, and just what you got going on?
Sure. Hi, I'm Tezlyn Reardon. I just published my first book. It's called 40 Years of Practice, and I'm just holding it down here in Columbus, Ohio. Awesome.
Ohio is definitely one of my, favorite places to visit. It's got that southern feel. So, you were born and raised there?
Yep, born and raised in southeastern Ohio. So I'm down there from down in the sticks, but now I moved up here to the city. So,
absolutely. And I'm just looking at your bio here, and it says here, speaking, being that it's March Madness, that you were a collegiate basketball player too.
That's right. I played at UMASS back in the 90s. That seems like a long time ago, but I was at UMASS back when Marcus Camby took us to the Final Four.
Wow.
I seen that on like a 30 for 30. You got the school was it was being investigated or something like that during that time period too. I just seen a segment on that on ESPN because with Marcus Camby.
It was actually probably one of my. That was one of my favorite 30 for 30s, not just because it was about UMass, but it was a really good story. We did have some problems. Marcus did pay back. The good thing is he paid back all the money that he took from an agent, and he actually graduated from UMass just in this past year. So he's done well for himself after all of that. Hey, we're all young. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
They have a lot of that going on now with players. Still, the NCAA is investigating a lot of those young players, and the NBA is actually thinking about going back to high school players since it's so much adversity. I don't know if it's the...
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how they're going to have a tournament next week with all these schools that are in trouble. I'm like, well, UMass might make it just because they're not in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, Tez, you definitely got an impeccable story here, and you did a lot of things through resilience and faith, and and just a little bit, thinking about your book, 40 Years of Practice. Tell us a little bit about that book and what it entails.
Sure. Yep. No, this book, honestly, I've been trying to write this book for about 20 years. Just something that kind of was in my soul, which is something that's always just been in my heart, that I've got a book that I've got to write, but I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to write about. My father died of cancer in 2011. I have a son who's 10 who was diagnosed with ADHD extremely early. He was diagnosed at 3. I know I've had some of my own struggles throughout my life in basically what's called 40 years of practice in my first 40 years. But in the last couple, 18 months or so, I just went through a lot of things that it finally hit me what I'm supposed to write this book about. I'm in the I'm in the business of serving others, and my first kind of business on the agenda was to serve others, and that's by telling people my story and letting people know what I've been through and how I've gotten through it, so that others can see that and just know that once you get down and out, you don't have to stay there. You can come on out of where you've been and make a life for yourself.
Wow, yeah, that's truly amazing, and I definitely respect people like yourself and what you're doing, and and it's kind of like pun intended, how the title of your book is 40 Years of Practice, and I think about your basketball career. So does that kind of go hand in hand with that, the title?
Absolutely. I think, I've always been an athlete. I've been an athlete since I was probably 5 years old. And so when I started thinking of the title of the book, I'm like, that's how people know me. People knew me as an athlete. That's how, when you say my name in Logan, Ohio, where I'm from, that's what people think of. Oh, that's Tez, the basketball player. So I kind of had to put a little bit of a spin on it. But I think the things I've been through in my life, and when you think about playing sports, there's a bigger lesson behind sports. It's not just being out there shooting a basketball. It's about learning a lot about yourself and your strength. And where I learned that was when I was in college, I had 6 knee surgeries. Wow. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to finish out my career because I was just in so much pain all the time. There were times I thought about quitting. There were times I just wanted to give up. But coming out of 2 years of surgeries, I actually ended up being a pretty good player, scored 1,000 points in college. I was all-conference for 2 years, MVP of our conference tournament. Not something I was thinking about when I was going through the surgeries. It's like I was just hoping to play again, let alone, have all the things that I got after that.
Exactly.
So what position did you play when you was at UMass? Well, just your position as an athlete. What was your position?
I played at 2-3-4. My coach used to like to say that I didn't meet a shot that I didn't like, so I will say I was a shooter. Yeah. Might even call me a gunner at sometimes.
Do you still play?
But I played my role very well.
Do you still Do you still play ball every now and then? Just
actually, I wish I could. I had a total knee replacement back in October of 2016, so not quite as able to play as I used to be. I coach my son's 4th grade team right now, so I still stay involved.
That's cool. Let me ask you this. So what advice would you give that female athlete? You know what I mean? Because I really think that, from where I'm from, I played basketball too. I played, and when I was in high school, I started playing basketball. I was probably like in the 4th grade. And in middle school, I was cut from the team. In middle school, I only played like 1 game. And, we had a real solid, good team. In middle school, we was one of like the top teams, and we actually played in like a 7th grade league. But the thing is, it's so many great female athletes that, around the nation. I still kind of keep up with like, women's, basketball especially. So my question is, what advice would you tell like that female athlete to like really pursue going professional and playing at that level in like the WNBA? You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of girls here, you know, that really was good, you know, and I'm sitting up here like, you know, it's a lot of guys that went on to the NBA, you know what I'm saying, or played overseas, but it's like you rarely just hear about that female ball player that really just goes on to that next level and really have, you know, you see him in the WNBA, you know what I mean? So like, and I mean, I actually seen an article too about how female basketball players are protesting about not getting paid as much as the men NBA players, you know, get paid, because you got men NBA players. I mean, you know, you got the NBA players, they get millions of dollars, and they said that WNBA players, they only get under a certain amount. They don't even get nearly $1 million.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
I mean, it's a shame. So when I think about, when I was in college, I mean, it was back in the 90s. The only options that we had to play anything after college was to go overseas. There was no ABL, there was no WNBA, there was nothing like that.
Right.
But I always, growing up, you know, luckily for me, I had a father who pushed me no matter what. I was a girl athlete, but that didn't mean that meant that I couldn't do anything else. That he pushed me to go to college.
Yeah.
He pushed me to just be the best player that I could be. It didn't matter what my gender. It didn't matter that I was a girl. It didn't matter that, you know, I couldn't jump as high as the guys could or anything like that. You know, I could go and excel against other women and just work as hard as I possibly could. So I do thank my father for that and instilling me that being a woman doesn't mean that you're inferior. It actually, I think women, we are strong, and it's not. It's because if you think the things that we have to fight every single day,
right?
You talk about pay equity in sports. It's pay equity across the board. I mean, gender equity right now is a big thing across the country, but in Columbus, we're really trying to fight companies to look at, hey, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I should be paid, 20, 30, 40% more, or less than a man doing the exact same job. So that's where for a woman, I know sometimes it's hard to get discouraged, it's easy to get discouraged, but you just have to fight, and you just have to be willing to stand up for what you know is right and show people what you're made of. And at some point, somewhere along the way, you're going to meet someone that says, hey, I see what you're doing, and I like it, and keep doing it, and we're going to get you where you need to be. You just can't give up. I mean, I know that's such a cliche statement, but it's really kind of the way it is these days. We can't get up. Give up, and we've got to, reach back and pull somebody else behind you too. It's not just, as a woman, get up to the top of the ladder like, hey, look what I did. No, you got to reach back and find some other women in your life that you can pull up with you that they can learn from you.
Yeah, you definitely are speaking my language, and there's one question I see in your summary of your book. You said why is God doing this to me, and you said you looked these words square in the eyes and you came out the victor. A lot of the time we do have a hard time of moving past those words, and it's especially with all of the adversity we go through as African Americans, as whether that be gender, sexuality. What advice would you give people as far as being able to come out a victor or move past those words of when we question God, especially?
It took, honestly, I'll be real honest and real transparent right now. It took me a long time to get past that. Like I said, when I was in college going through my knee surgeries, that's all I said every single day is, God, why are you doing this to me? What have I done? I'm a good person. Why are all these things happening to me?
Yeah.
But then on the other side of it, I look back now like, wow, I'm kind of glad he did that to me, because the things that I was able to accomplish after that, I would have never done that probably had I not gone through the struggle. Right. I wouldn't have appreciated the honors and the accolades that I got after if I hadn't gone through that struggle. I was able to look back and be like, wow, look what I was able to do, and I didn't even know if I could walk anymore, and look what he's done for me.
Right.
I've heard people say this before. Yeah, sometimes you need that breakdown.
Yes.
Someone has to break you down before you can get that comeback and get that breakthrough. You just have to look for that breakthrough, and I've had several breakthroughs in the last 20 years that I know I couldn't have got there without God. It took me a while to find my faith, but I'm telling you, every day is a step of faith, is a leap of faith for me to do something, knowing that he's watching and he's setting me up for something else.
Yeah. And that's good that you mentioned that, because I heard that same quote just yesterday. about how, since sometimes we have to be broken down to see how we are able to, get through life and, handle pressure. And that's what really makes us, the material things and the things that, we know we can do, it's a platform, but at the same time, it's just this how we, grow into life with the situations we're able to overcome. And, I totally agree with you with that. And, that's really motivating and inspiring, because it's really hitting home there,
Yeah, Tez, it seems like you really, really creating a lot of success in your life. Would you attribute spirituality, as one of those things necessary for any professional striving to, do anything, whether it's a project, whether it's a business? What would you say to those who feel like spirituality isn't really a big part of just growing and, in whatever you're doing in life?
Mm-hmm. No, I think a lot of people, and I did this myself for a while, is that you mistake religion for spirituality.
Right.
You think, oh, I'm not religious. Religion it's not about religion. It's just about your spirit. We all know, and I think we can all agree that there is some other force of nature in this world that is driving the things that are happening to us, that are happening around us. It's just a matter of stopping and looking around and realizing that this ain't all about you.
Exactly.
The things that happen to you sometimes it might not be about you. It might be about you helping somebody else. And if you don't stop to realize that and look around at all the great things that are happening around us every single day, it's easy to get down. It's easy to feel negative every single day if that's all you're looking at. But if you look, wake up this morning, I woke up to sunshine, and we've had cold weather for the last 3 months, and I woke up this morning to sunshine. That to me is a blessing, just to be able to wake up every morning and see that there's something that woke us up this morning. Someone felt like we are enough to wake up in the morning. And I've always said to people, if you woke up this morning, you still have a purpose in this life. There is some reason that you are still here to do something in this world. So it's easy to see the negatives in that, but you really have to wake up with a positive mindset and really get into the spirituality. Just research what that means and just sit down and look at the word every once in a while and understand what those words mean and how they apply to your life.
Awesome. I really love it, and it seems like we got someone outside who's listening to what's going on, and he's really enjoying the show. so you really really got some nuggets, and you're really saying some very crucial and important things. You mentioned divorce and ADHD, depression, all of these things that like we struggle with. Behind the scenes, and we fall into this dark path, and sometimes we find ourselves not being able to find the courage to have joy. So thinking of that, how can we find joy, or where do we find joy?
You have to find the little joys in every single day. For me, like when I went through a divorce, like I won't lie, I cried for about a week. I gave myself a week to cry it out and to feel sorry for myself. But then after that, I remembered that I have a job to go to every day. I still had to go to work. I still have a 10-year-old little boy that I have to take care of. I can't have him looking at me every single day, seeing me crying and upset and not knowing what I'm going to do. I still have a house to pay for.
Yeah.
So it's just those things like, God may have taken my husband out of my life, but now I've realized he took him out of my life for a reason. I probably wouldn't have written this book had I still been married. And it's not because my husband wouldn't have pushed me, but I wouldn't have had anything to write about. There would have been, the last couple of chapters wouldn't have been written. But I don't think I would have had the courage to step out and do something like that with him because I was comfortable. Something I've had to learn over the last 18 months is sometimes you got to get uncomfortable in order to get to a better part of your life. And I was comfortable being married. We were married together for 14 years. I had my family. I had my job. I was comfortable. And God looked at me like, that's not what I want you to do. No, I need you to get uncomfortable because I'm about to take you somewhere else. And I don't know that I could have done that if I wouldn't have gone through what I did with my divorce.
Yeah, truly amazing. It really sounds like you really made some clear, transformation in your life and really stepped into your purpose. Now, people sometimes don't understand, how or even open themselves up to transformation. Do you feel like you found a way to transform, just by going into your higher self, or do you feel like it just kind of like happened for you, without you looking for it or finding a way?
I think honestly, I fought tooth and nail. I would say that I was probably one of the people that fought my purpose in life. I would say here I was climbing the corporate ladder. I had my MBA, you know, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just going to be in the business world. I'm going to go be a CEO someday. And I'll tell you, the last 2 years, that's completely changed. I don't have the desire to climb the corporate ladder anymore. I want to help people. What I feel like now my purpose in life is to help other people find their purpose. I get passionate hearing other people's passion. And that's what I like to do, is to go find those people, tell me, what do you want to do with your life, and how do I help you get there? And that's what gives me the strength and the power to go through every single day, is seeing other people that have dreams and visions and purpose in their life, and they want to see how to get there. That's what God has given to me, is how do I help those people get there? Because the more people that start to live their passions and their dreams, that makes our world so much better. All this crazy stuff we've got going on right now, right. You can find the good in some people that are doing things just right in their little communities. They don't even have to be world known. They just have to be doing something good right in your own backyard. Yeah, that's definitely some real talk there. And, you know, I definitely appreciate just, you just dropping that most important fact, which is a fact. You know, most people may disagree with that. You know, I'm wondering, like, do you think your family will adopt me so I can be your little brother? Hey, I'm an only child, so I might have to fight you on that one. I've always enjoyed being an only child, but, you know, I always said I'd love to have a little brother, so that might be okay. Okay, well, I'm officially now your little brother, so. Works for me. Awesome. So, if thinking about some things right now, because we looks like we are coming close to time. So, is there any like final words of wisdom or encouragement you just want to offer up to the people? I just encourage people to listen to their inner voice. I mean, we've all got this little inner voice. We all have a talent. We all have a gift that we have to offer this world. And sometimes people haven't stopped to think about what is that gift. They think, oh, I'm just I could just be a janitor. I'm not doing anything for the world, or I just cut people's hair. I'm not doing anything. There's a purpose for everyone in this world. And just because you're not doing the job that you think you should be doing, there's other ways to get involved in the community. There's other ways to find your passion and your purpose that you don't have to get paid for it. Right. I just, really encourage people to go out there and really find what is that sets you on fire. What is in your belly right now that you really want to follow, and just follow it. I mean, like I said, God has given me so many outlets to things that I never imagined. You just have to put a little faith into it. And sometimes it really just happens. And it's really once you find that faith and that joy in your life, that you'll find that. Definitely. So if the people wanted more information about your book, so where can they find it? Sure. So 40 Years of Practice is available on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as iTunes. And then my website is www.tezlynreardon.com. Okay, and can you spell your name for us, Tezlyn? Sure. That's TezlynReardon. Fabulous. Okay. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure, conversing with you and having this conversation. And now that I have another sister, I feel even more better. I'll make sure you get a reunion invite for the family reunion. I'm going to be looking for it. So make sure you do stay connected with us on Tezlyn. If there's anything else that comes up that you're doing, we definitely like to bring you on again so you can tell the world about it and just drop some more, good information and wisdom for us. No, thanks for having me. I appreciate this, and definitely I'll keep listening to you and promoting your show as much as I can. I really appreciate what you guys are doing to get the message out there. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and you make sure you have a wonderful day, Tezlyn. We will stay in touch. Good luck with everything. You do the same. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys.
You are now listening to WXRWLP 104.1 FM Milwaukee. This is the Transform You live show. For more information, visit www.transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com. For host information, visit realmarcushart.com. That's real Marcus Hart without the E.com.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I say, show you're right.
But when you live through the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual nature.
It's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform Live Show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Harder. For more information, visit TransformUBroadcast.com. Transform the letter Broadcast.com. Visit RealMarcusHart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Yeah, we're back, and with so much little time left. So much. Oh, yeah.
Is it time to go?
Yeah, it's almost time to go. Yeah, so.
It seemed like we had a short show. We need more. We need to protest for more hours.
There you go.
We need to protest.
Yeah, so.
I'm starting a union now. I just
want to say real quickly. So, my book is out there as well, too. So, make sure you buy the book. Yeah, so my book is out there. My newest book, 100 Chinese Cookie Quotes and Sayings That Helps. Make sure you check it out on Amazon.com. So Amazon.com. More information about me, RealMarcusHart.com. And more information about the show itself, TransformUBroadcast.com. That's transform the letter UBroadcast.com. So Pri, you have anything you want to say, or you want to tell people how they can find you?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at PlayerPree. That is PlayerPree, and also at Caprice Heart on Twitter. That is Caprice with a K, KapriceHart, and also Instagram at PlayerPree.
Okay, and make sure you do like the page, like the fan page for the show. So it's just simply Facebook.com/TransformU Show. So transform the letter U live show. Transform you live show. Okay, so with that being said, we'll be back on this same time next week on WXRW LP 104.1 FM Milwaukee. To hear past episodes, visit riverwestradio.com/shows and click the Transform You Live show. You can also yell out to Alexa, hey, play River West Radio. So we hope to see you guys very soon, and just love on you guys some more and give you more exclusive information to get. So we are out of here.
And happy March Madness, everybody.
And happy March birthdays.